5-Second Rule, Chapter 3. What can you expect when you use it? If you haven't listened to the first 2 chapters, I strongly suggest you to go and listen to the first 2 chapters. This is Chapter 3. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. J.K. Rowling. When I used the rule that first morning, I was surprised, as you were, that something that stupid worked. Counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Seriously? I didn't know why it worked. I just knew it did. I had struggled for months to wake up on time, and suddenly the 5-second rule made changing my behavior simple. Later I learned that when you count backwards, you mentally shift the gears in your mind. You interrupt your default thinking and do what psychologists call assert control. The counting distracts you from your excuses and focuses your mind on moving in a new direction. When you physically move instead of stopping to think, your physiology changes and your mind falls in line. In researching this book, I discovered that the rule is, in the language of habit research, a starting ritual that activates the prefrontal cortex, helping to change your behavior. The prefrontal cortex is the part of your brain that you use when you focus change or take deliberate actions. I knew what the prefrontal cortex was, but I would soon learn through my research about the basal ganglia, habit loops, activation energy, behavior flexibility, cognitive biases, neuroplasticity, the progress principle, and locus of control. I suddenly didn't realize I had just discovered a singular technique that impacted all of them. I used the rule the next morning. It worked again. And then if anything happened, I started to see 5-second moments all day long, just like my struggle to wake up on time. If I stopped to think about what I knew I needed to do, I was toast. It took less than 5 seconds for excuses to flood my mind and for my own brain to stop me. As you use the rule, you will see it too. There is a 5-second window between your initial instinct to act and your brain stopping you. Seeing the 5-second window changed everything for me. The problem was very clear. It was me. I was holding myself back, 5 seconds at a time. So I made myself a simple promise. If I knew that I should do something that could change me for the better, then I would use the rule to push myself to do it. Regardless of how I felt, I started using the rule to force myself not only to wake up early, but also to go to the gym, look for a job, drink less, and be a better parent and wife. If I started to feel too tired to exercise, I would 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and push myself out of the door for a run. If I started pouring a drink that I shouldn't have, I'd say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and put down the bottle of bourbon and walk away. I felt myself being bitchy with Chris. I'll just say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and correct my tone and make myself be kinder. If I caught myself procrastinating, I'll say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and sit down and start working on my resume. What I discover is powerful. Pushing yourself to take simple actions creates a chain of reaction in your confidence and your productivity. By pushing yourself to take simple steps of moving your life forward, you create momentum and experience a sense of freedom and power that's hard to accurately describe. Rachel found that the simple step of getting on time started a chain of events that led her to losing 30 pounds, bought my first home, and reinvigorated my marriage. This is from Rachel. You've helped me change my life, and we've never even met. Since watching your TED Talk a few months ago, I've lost 30 pounds. Bought my first home and reinvigorated my marriage. I have no idea if you will actually see this. I imagine you get a lot of mail, but I needed to thank you for the simple challenge of getting up 30 minutes earlier. That simple step started a chain of events that have made all the differences for me. Rachel used the word reinvigorated, and that's exactly what the rule does. Rebecca had the same experience by using the rule to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and push herself to make small moves forward. She's breaking out of a mental jail. No longer trapped by analysis paralysis, Rebecca feels free for the first time in 47 years. This is from Rebecca. I finally feel free for the first time in 47 years. For the first time, I believe in me. For the first time, I love me. There's an important concept in psychology put forth by Julian Rother in 1954. It's called locus of control. The more that you believe that you are in control of your life, your actions, and your future, the happier and more successful you'll be. There's one thing that is guaranteed to increase your feelings of control over your life: a bias toward action. Forget motivation, it's a myth. I don't know when we all bought into the idea that in order to change you must feel eager or feel motivated to act. It's complete garbage. The moment it's time to assert yourself, you'll not feel motivated. In fact, you won't feel like doing anything at all. If you want to improve your life, you'll need to get off your rear and kick your own butt. In my world, I call that the power of a push. One of the reasons why the 5-second rule is so empowering is because it turns you into the kind of person who operates with a bias toward action. If you tend to overthink every move, you will discover the energy and confidence to stop thinking and actually move. Using the rule strengthens your belief that you do have the ability to control your own fate, because you are proving it to yourself one push at a time. Jenny is finally taking control of her health. She realized that once she would eat a meal of canned raviolis, a bag of chips, and a soda, then complain about being overweight, she was sabotaging her efforts to lose weight by committing to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 healthy. Jenny was able to use the rule to give herself the kick in the ass she needed. I already started this morning. My alarm clock went off this morning and I hit snooze. Then I said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And I got out of bed. I had to stop at the store for lunch on my way to work. I normally get canned raviolis, a bag of chips, and a soda, then complain about being overnight. Right before I walk into the store, I said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 healthy. I got a sandwich and a water. I need to lose 90 to 100 pounds and starting today. I am going to do it. I'm not going to wait until the first day of the month, the last day of the month, Monday, Friday, or whatever the future date I'll tell myself will walk. I'm starting today, and I want to thank you for being my motivation kick in the ass I needed. When Donna first learned the rule at an Aveda Institute conference, she thought, yeah, I'll use it, but it's not going to be life-changing. That's how I feel about the rule too. That I just used to use a trick like to beat the snooze button or something like that. Why was I wrong? So was Donna. It changed just about everything in her life and business. As Donna found, only we can hold ourselves back. It's amazing to see how horribly I held myself hostage out of fear and where I am today. More importantly, where I see myself in years to come. This was from Donna. While still a student at the Aveda Institute Tallahassee, I sacrificed many things in order to afford a ticket and travel to serious business in New Orleans. Those choices and determination changed my life in a dramatic way. At a serious business, I had incredible speakers that inspired me at the transition point of my career. Mel spoke about the 5-second rule, and at the time, I thought, yeah, I'll use it. But it's not going to be life-changing. I slowly started using it in small daily tasks. I want to stay in bed. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And I would get up and start my day. Then it subconsciously became a habit. It built confidence within me I didn't know I had. My boss, my mentor, asked me to be a saloon mentor. I was one of the newest in the saloons, yet I was given the opportunity to coach a new product or new products to our team members. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Coach with confidence. I want to be an 𝕊𝕦𝕝𝕖 educator, and instead of waiting for the opportunity to take classes, I made that opportunity a reality. I asked my boss mentor for a meeting to discuss the possibility, and now I'm on the track for taking classes and making my dream a reality. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Don't be afraid to ask the universe what you want in life. At Dare to Dream, an 𝕊𝕦𝕝𝕖 conference, while sitting in the audience, I thought I was covering my eyes for the stage lights when the speaker on stage thought I volunteered to speak in front of the entire venue. When they brought me the microphone, I panicked for a moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Be brave! Don't say no opportunities even if you blindly stumble upon them. Don't say no to that, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Whatever I'm faced with, just go. My career has become so much more with making myself step off the ledge boldly, even though in the beginning I felt like I tripped over the edge or praying someone would help me pull over. I've realized the more times I step boldly and didn't say no to opportunities, the more confidence is built and the easier it is to say yes to my future. Only we can hold ourselves back. It's amazing to see how horribly I held myself hostage out of fear and where I am today. More importantly, where I see myself in the years to come. Go, do, say yes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're going to doubt something, doubt your limits. Mel Robbins. As you use the rule more and more, you'll begin to feel courage, confidence, pride, and a sense of control. The rule has that effect. I often tell people the rule will haunt you. Just ask Daryl. From Daryl. Mel Robbins, my life is moving forward because of 5-second rule. You haunt me every day in a really good way. That's because you will realize you've been sleepwalking through life for a long time. Something this simple, easy, and effective is also contagious. Crystal has already started using it with her son. It's from Crystal. I really enjoy your presentation at Get Real 2016. So much energy and vibrancy. I'm already teaching 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go to my 8-year-old. So looking forward to seeing my life change for the better. The first person I told about the rule was my husband. Chris had definitely noticed the changes. In particular, that my bitchy demeanor was melting and that I was actually being proactive. It didn't take him too much to convince him that there was a secret weapon mentality he was living without. He adopted the rule and used it to make some major changes. He quit drinking, started meditating daily, and exercising every morning. The rule doesn't make these things easy. It makes them happen. That's why I describe it as a tool. Instead of avoiding the creditor calls and bankruptcy letters, we 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to hit it and head on. I use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to push myself to reach out to old coaching clients, to rev up the referral engine. I use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to propel myself to go on interviews for radio, hosting gigs despite the contract issues with Fox. Together we 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to push ourselves to meet with the accountants and financial advisor to restructure our debt and do a nauseating work to face the hole we had dug and get disciplined about slowly crawling our way out of it. Chris brought the rule into his business to push himself through fear, guilt, and uncertainty. He and his partner met with dozens of advisors, crunched financial models, and worked day and night until they closed the wholesale business and grew their retail locations, enabling them to sell off select locations and pay back as many investors and creditors that they could. It's remarkable what Chris and Jonathan did. Grit, hustle, and commitment. They pushed, and pushed them all. To this day, when Chris reflects on the restaurant's days, his mind will sometimes drift toward feeling like a failure. When he catches himself thinking those negative thoughts, he uses 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to redirect his mind to think about what they did build. 7 restaurants, an incredible employee culture, millions in revenue, and a remarkable brand. Did it end up how he had dreamed? No, it didn't, but what he learned about business, partnership, and himself during the process is worth more than money can buy. There is nothing more powerful than the feeling of confidence and pride you gain when you keep trudging forward, face life's challenges head on, and push yourself to change for the better. As Chris put it, the rule helped me process the experience of succeeding and failing on so many levels. Ultimately, this awareness gave me power and control over my positive and negative thoughts. As we started to reconnect with friends, the rule would often come up. You will find that too. Jennifer learned the rule and told her nurse about it. Her nurse's response? You have no idea how many times I'll need to do this a day. From Jennifer. I was talking to my nurse about my amazing trip to Nashville and was telling her about Mel Robbins' 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule, and she was blown away and going to start doing it. She said, you have no idea how many times I'll need to do this in a day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just do it. Be someone's cheerleader, inspire, conquer your fears. I think those are hashtags. So, a lot of social proof. The rule ignites something powerful in everyone who tries it. One of our friends had the courage to ask for a divorce, and another left his consulting job for one that didn't require travel. A walk well lost 73 pounds, and my uncle stopped talking about giving up smoking and finally quit. A friend of Chris's moved back to Maine and used the rule to negotiate an awesome job working remotely. The 5-second rule gave them all what it had given me: the framework, the courage, and the method for how to push yourself to change. The first time I shared the rule in public was in 2011, thinking a TED Talk entitled How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over. The funny thing is that the talk was mostly about my dream back then of becoming a top talk radio show host and how I help people live the lives that they really want. I only mentioned the 5-second rule at the very end of the speech, and I barely even explained it. What happened next was crazy. The talk went viral. Millions of people watched it online. And that's not all. They started writing. Every single day I hear people around the world who are using the rule, just like Mark. Mark is doing to create some pretty incredible things in just 6 months. Fiji focus. What the fuck? Alright. Just so you know, with the help of 5SR and your inspiration, I'm doing so much in the last 6 months. Like on pace to double my business in 2 years. Writing a book on business still, and then another one on 100 days. Outside of my comfort zone. Finding and being with the women beyond my dreams. Amy Azarito. I don't know, this is a tag. Being closer with my kids than ever and making plans to explore the world. It's the coolest thing. More than 100,000 people in more than 80 countries to date have written to me about their experiences using. As more and more started to write with questions and requests for more information, I began to research the rule in depth so that I could better explain to many ways you can use and prove it why it works. I'm a lawyer by profession, so I really went nuts on research. I looked for precedent, evidence, and guidance as if I were going to have to prove my case about a 5-second rule to a jury. It took me almost 3 years. I read everything I could find on the subject of change, happiness, habits, motivation, and human behavior. I read social science experiments, happiness research, books on the brain, and neuroscience studies. I didn't limit myself of the research to the experts. I sent questionnaires to everyday people like you and me who were using the rule. Then I got on the phone, Skype, and Google Chat, dug into step-by-step experience of what people face, of moments they choose to change, all these things. As I deconstructed the moment of change, I uncovered something fundamental about how each and every one of us is wired. Right before we are about to do something that feels difficult, scary, or uncertain, we hesitate. Hesitation is the kiss of death. You might hesitate for just a nanosecond, but that's all it takes. One small hesitation triggers a mental system that's designed to stop you, and it happens in less than, you guessed it, 5 seconds. Ever notice how fast fear and self-doubt take over your head and you start making up excuses for why you shouldn't say something or do something? We hold ourselves back in the smallest, most mundane moments every day, and that impacts everything. If you break this habit of hesitating and you find the courage to take some kind of action, you'll be astonished by how fast your life changes. That's what Key discovered after learning the rule at a RE/MAX convention. Now he's able to do extraordinary things. Keep Mike. Mel, I first heard of you in 2015. Then I had the pleasure of seeing you live at the RE/MAX convention in Las Vegas in February 2016. You have inspired me to be able to do extraordinary things. I just had to get out of my own way and take action. In 18 months, I had achieved unbelievable success by opening 3 offices and recruiting more than 50 agents in 𝕊𝕖𝕔𝕠𝕟𝕕, Arkansas. No more hesitation, no more procrastination. I take some kind of action and it helps me launch me to my goal. A large task suddenly becomes manageable. The hardest part is starting. Thank you for sharing your story and for encouraging us to be the best versions of ourselves. You see, it's not the big moves that define our lives. It's the smallest ones. Within 5 seconds of stopping to think, you will have decided not to take any action on those small things. Over time, those small decisions build. And there's the kicker. We've repeated this pattern of hesitating, worrying, and doubting ourselves so much that these actions are now habits that encoded in our brains. The fact that hesitating, holding yourself back, and overthinking are habits is good news. That's a simple proven way to break or replace bad habits in the 5-second rule. And the 5-second rule is the easiest way to do it. Once you read about habit loops, starting rituals, activation energy, and the role that feelings play in triggering your decisions, you will appreciate the magnitude of the 5-second rule. As you use the rule, you will see how change hinges on 5-second decisions and how easily you can take back control. The rule will work every time you use it, but you have to use it. It is a tool. If you stop using it, fear and uncertainty will creep back in and take control of your decisions. If that happens, just start using the rule again. As you use the rule over time, you will experience a shift inside yourself that is much deeper, a transformation that impacts confidence and inner strength. You will come face to face with the excuses, habits, feelings, insecurities, and fears that have haunted you for years. You will see the bullshit you put yourself through every day and how much precious time you waste waiting for things to change. By using the rule, that waiting will end. You will absolutely amazed by how much joy and freedom you feel by making 5-second decisions. Freedom is exactly how Robin described what she gets from using the rule. Mel Robbins, thanks for the life-changing 5-second rule. There is freedom in taking action. Mel Robbins, my passion and vision for making a difference are huge. My confidence sometimes lags. When in doubt, I apply 5-second rule. Bit pride paper. base price paper. I don't know what that is. And that's what I've gained too. Life-changing freedom. The person I 7 years ago was, is gone. And that's a good thing. Every phase of your life and career will require a different version of you. Using the rule, you will become the person you're meant to become in this next phase of your life. So what do you say we dig into the basics of the rule so you can start using it? Mel Robbins, this is the author. Knowing what you need to do, improve your life, takes wisdom. Pushing yourself to do it takes courage. 5-second rule. So, okay, so that's all for today. Tomorrow we'll be reading the chapter 4, Why the Rule Works. See you in the next video, guys. Subscribe, like, share, and save so that you can listen to it again. This is Danny the Reader. See you next time.